might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. We are on our 29th episode of Coffee and Kata. We are, we're making it through. We are already in March. We're 6 days into March already. It's like we just went into 2024. But like I said at the beginning of the year, our theme for this year was going to be focus, and we are very, very focused on accomplishing all of our goals. All right. We are on a mission. So, if you do not know who I am, though, let's just stop real quick. I am your host of the show and of the channel, Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. That is our focus here. That is our goal. That is what we do. We strategize winning, and we go out there and we get it. We work hard every single day. Okay? So, with that being said, let's just jump into our news. Actually, before we jump into our news, we do have the not Canada conversations. We have software explorations coming out at noon today. We're going to be talking about risk management in the GRC framework. You definitely want to tune in for that. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be going live, working on QA automation with TypeScript using Selenium, Playwright, and Cypress. All right, so we're building out our page object model for those three. We're just sampling things out, getting a better understanding. So you definitely want to join for that. All right. Okay, let's jump into our news stories. Let's not waste any time. Let's put the timer up. And we are going to transition to news of the day. And I don't have anything pulled up for this, but we're going to start off with this before we even start the timer. President Biden and President Trump have cruised to victory in last night's Super Tuesday. So it looks like we're going to have another showdown in November. But so many things can happen between then. So let's see what goes on. And Nikki Haley is going to suspend her campaign, which every time they say suspend the campaign, they just mean they're going to quit. All right. So she is finally tapping out after everyone else has done. So we have a showdown coming in November. So let's stay tuned for that. But guess what? None of that stops what we have to do here, what we have to do in our own lives, how we are going to move forward. So let's stay focused. Let's not get distracted by all these shenanigans that will be taking place in the next coming months. Okay? So let's get started with our news. All right, let's zoom in a bit, but I'm not sure if anyone is aware of this, but all the meta sites were down yesterday around, I'm not sure what time it started, but I know it was around like 10:30. I was watching a show on YouTube, and they rely on a lot of stuff from Instagram, and it was down. So let's take a look at what happened, right? So meta sites back online after outage. Meta-owned platforms are online after a technical issue caused a 2-hour outage on Tuesday morning. More than 500,000 users worldwide turned to Down Detector and rival social media sites to report being unable to access Facebook, Messenger, Threads, and Instagram. Several Meta business products were also down. The last major outage was in 2021 when service was disrupted for 6 hours. X, formerly Twitter, poked fun at the situation by posting, We know why you're all here right now. Ex-owner Elon Musk took a more direct jab, writing, "If you're reading this post, it's because our servers are working." That's pretty funny. But it's funny, but I mean, X has had their own share of issues over time, and it's just something that's common to happen in tech, right? But the thing that's fun that I find funny about all this is like how many people were like, "It's a cyber attack! It's a cyber attack! It's a cyber attack!" Yeah, a lot of times it's, you know, server goes down. Like I can't even tell you how many times we've had major outages because in AW, like AWS had an outage, like nothing to do with us, but the people who are hosting our like our providers, they might end up having an issue, and then it's down for a lot of people. So uh, I saw so many people saying, "Oh, could this be a cyber attack?" I just thought it was just something that's happening, but we shall find out. And that's it's funny that they put this in quotes technical issue, but whatever. All right, let's jump to our next story. So it says the iPhone has a China problem. Apple iPhone sales tanked in China by nearly a quarter in the first 6 weeks of 2024, according to a new report from Counterpoint Research. Thanks in large part to competition from I don't remember how to say this. Is it Highway? Um, Mate 60 smartphone, which launched last year. Highway smartphone units shipped logged a 64% increase over the same 6 weeks, while other homegrown brands such as Vivo and Xiaomi saw a sales drop, though not as much as Apple. Overall, China's mobile market shrank by 7% in the first month and a half of 2024. In January, Apple offered a rare iPhone discount in the country in a bid to boost sales. China is targeting economic growth of around 5% for 2024, the government announced, about in line with its last year of 5.2% expansion. So that is pretty interesting. Um, I wonder how much they sell iPhones for in China though. Is it like a universal price or across the world, or do countries get a price based on their I don't know, like based on the country and how much like the wages are. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. I never thought about that. All right, let's move on to our next one. Dodge debuts electric muscle car. I wonder if this is the car because that looks a lot like a char- Challenger. Yeah, it looks like a Challenger, which I really want a Challenger. But all right, it says auto industry watchers are heralding, whatever, the start of the electric muscle car, the muscle era. In the last corner of the market to explore an EV transition, Stellantis is aiming to win over skeptics with the new electric Dodge Charger Daytona. It has what Axios described as a speaker box that replicates the deafening burble of the Dodge's Hellcat V8 engine. Ooh, we have a speaker engine now. But if that doesn't satisfy hardcore muscle car fans, Charger models with traditional gas engines are also coming next year. What? Oh, Charger. I'm confused between the two, Charger and Challenger. Because the Challenger, I believe, has two doors, but this has four. So I don't know. We shall see. The unveiling happened on the heels of Tesla's recently announced plans for a roadster that reaches 60 miles per hour in less than a second. Ooh, that sounds fun. Do we have any pictures? Let's see. Let's see. Let's go here real quick. See, I thought that would be a. Let me see. Now I'm confused. See, the Challenger has a two doors, and the Charger is supposed to have four doors. But maybe they combined the two models. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's not get distracted. All right, all right. See, once I start looking at muscle cars, I start going crazy. All right, and well, now that we looked at that, we have to look at the Roadster. What do they have for the? Do they have a picture for the Roadster? Ooh, look at that one. Look at that. That is pretty. SpaceX will help design Tesla's long-delayed sports car, a revamped roadster that can reach 60 miles per hour in less than a second. Okay, I'm gonna have to save this one for. I'm gonna save this one for our next time we meet because we probably won't be meeting on Friday. Or but let's all right. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's distract these cars can distract you. All right. So Dartmouth athletes vote to unionize. All right, there we go again. In an unprecedented move, Dartmouth's men's basketball team has voted to unionize. They're the first group of college athletes to do so, posing a serious challenge to the NCAA's amateur business model. But it may be a while before they see a contract. Not only is Dartmouth appealing the vote based on the grounds it says students opted into extracurricular sports and are not employees, it's expected to be challenged by the NCAA. The case is likely to upend the collegiate sports system, which has faced mounting pressure to treat its student athletes as workers protected under the law. So, if I was the colleges or if I was the colleges, I mean, if you want to treat college sports as an amateur league, then just totally wipe out all of the scholarships, all of the housing, all of the food, everything, and have them pay for, or just go to the G League. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty interesting the fight that's happening between this. Although there's tons of money involved, but at the end of the day, you sign like it's something that you sign up for. You could go to the G League, you could go play overseas. You could There's so many different things that you could choose to do. But if this puts you on the best path to where you want to be, and you're also being uppity about it, then maybe they should just change it. You know, if you want to get paid, then we're not going to pick you up. Like I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. I'll probably continue that conversation offline later on. All right. And lastly, Starbucks union proxy fight ends. Starbucks is entering a new phase of its union battle as the labor groups that had been agitating uh, agitating for seats on the Coffee Giants board take a step back. The Strategic Organizing Center said progress has been made after the two sides agreed to hammer out a foundational framework on collective bargaining. It is withdrawing the three nominees it has put forward for Starbucks board. The stock has argued that Starbucks pushback on unionization efforts, which is set to cost almost 250 million, jeopardize both its reputation and shareholder return. All right. So we end our news today with a bunch of unions fighting for power and stuff like that. All right. So it is what it is. Let's get back to full screen and we are going to jump into work this morning. Let's get to it. So I have the time cost calculator app up, and I'm still working on getting the phone screen to show up while we work on it. But um we have the app up. We're working on adding the let's put up 20 minutes on the clock. Sorry, a little late today. Sorry about that. But we are gonna do what we do. All right, 20 minutes are running. And so last time we were looking at how we're going to add this alert, right? And the way that we want this alert to happen is it should pop up if someone tries to enter a number that is out of bounds, and we set that number at $32 billion. And think of anything else. And at 32 billion, we just have to make sure that the numbers continue to reflect accurately. Because as I kept on adding like more and more zeros, the number just like stop calculating correctly. So we just have to because there's no space, right? So we have to keep that in mind, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's jump into let's look at this screen first. So this is just from Stack Overflow, and I think we have it from let's see, let's get this too. We want to add this alert dialog, and it would say something like you can't enter a number bigger than 31, like 31 million or 31 billion, etc. Right? So that would be the plan. And it just should like when you like as you so on the I'm thinking on the state change of once it gets past a certain number, then we will pop up that alert. So that's what I'm thinking for now. Let's see what happens. All right. So we have our code here. Um, barrier dismissible. I think that sounds like if you just click outside of the alert, that it should go away. Um, so let's copy this code right here because, well, before we copy that, let's go here, right? To do so here last on Monday, we said the if the user income is bigger than this number, which we can easily change that, and what we could probably do is make this part of a config so that we don't have to hard code this in here. Maybe let's see, put a to do. So just shutting down some software I forgot to shut down so we can get a little bit better speed. All right, cool. So let's see. All right. We have this number. So right here we put a print statement of if the number is greater that you entered is greater than this, then it should return like right now it's only gonna print an error in our like console. But here is where we want the pop-up to happen. So um let's see. Let's go back to our test. So this is our test, right? We enter this number. So if we run this test, we should be able to get this error message right here, right? So let's run it real quick. I always like to run the test before, like the last thing that we left off. I like to run it to see where we're at, and we can get a good understanding of what's going on there. All right. Let's see. All right. So we have our error message, and then we got like other errors because it kept going and it found something that doesn't exist. But that's let me see. Mm, okay. What? Okay, so yeah, that doesn't exist. All right. So, but that's the error that we're going to be looking for. So I'm going to copy over the code for the alert. Um, gonna throw it down in here, I believe. See if that's gonna work. Okay. Context. Let's see. Let's see. Demo shows a text button which is being pressed. Let's see what we need to do this. Let's see. Widget build context. All right, so we're not using this one. Let's go with okay, so let's try. Let's look at the. I prefer Stack Overflow as it's more directly to the point. Let's see. Let's see. So if we go with, oh no, would this do it? Let's try this. Try the one button. I just need one button for this alert. It's just an okay. Let's see what this does. No, I mean, we're figuring this out together, so this might not even do it. Let's see. So we dropped that in there. Any errors? Okay, so I dropped that in here. There's no errors. All right, so let's fix this up a bit. It's probably gonna need a const. All right, so not doing this exactly the way that I'd want to do it, just because we're learning this a little bit. So we can test this out and then we can redo it. I think that's going to be the best approach to it. So set up the button. So you set up the button, set up the alert. So if we set up the button, let's say, all right, we'll do this way. We'll comment this out for now. And so we'd have to let's if we can comment this out. And then I guess you'd call show dialog. All right. So let's just leave it. Let's just test it out real quick, right? See what we get. And then we can redo it with writing like through our test, okay? So let's go here. Let's go here. Alert dialog. And if let's say over here. And this we're gonna need the emulator for this. Because writing the test on something that we can't even see at all is gonna be a tough thing to do. Let's do a search for it. Oops. So if we have here. So we say show. What's the name of the one that we had over here? Show alert dialog. If we have that, what should what should happen is this alert should be triggered when this number is greater. I'm not sure if we need a set state for that, but let's see if we can throw up an emulator real quick. Let's try. I think the let's see if the iOS emulator will work for us, or simulator. So and if this works, then I'm gonna go back and we will do it the right way. But right now we're just testing to see if like the logic, for the alerts that we have is going to work. Um, as you're learning, like as much as we want to use test-driven development, as we're learning, we have to explore and experiment a little bit, and then we can go back and refactor and do it the right way as well. So just be open. Let's see if the simulator will start up. I don't know why this is happening. Might have to boot Android, but Android takes a little bit more time. All right, I have to figure out what's going on with my iOS simulators. That sucks. Try one more, and then or maybe I do a new simulator. What happens? Let me see. Whatever. Let's see if this always something, right? I don't know if the simulator is going to work, but if not, we can try to get start getting that ready in the meantime. I don't know if it's gonna. If that doesn't open, then it's probably because of Xcode needs to be updated, maybe. Yeah, unable to boot. All right, something's going on with that. So I guess we can go to the one of these. Maybe there needs to be some type of update that happens. I don't know. But we're gonna get it started running on Android, which to me the emulator runs a little bit slower than the emulator. And the emulator runs a little bit slower than the simulator, so doing it on Android takes a little bit longer than doing it on the iOS. But it doesn't really matter. We just need to see what happens. So let's get going. Let's move this over here. And the thing with this too, we can actually see if it's going to give us like some of the bugs that I didn't see on the actual phone, but we can actually see the app running now. So let's just wait for it to boot up. Can I not? All right, we're getting it started. I would rather dock it over here though. But if not, we can go like that. Oh, that's why I could. All right, I got it. Let's go like that. We're using a Google Pixel emulator. And it's starting. So what I'll probably do next time is I already have it started up, although it does take some additional resources on the computer, but we need to be able to see what's going on. So let's see. And now, all right, we're started. We are going to say run the main Dart file on our emulator, and it should get it started up in just a bit. Let's see what's going on here. As I said, it takes a little bit longer, but that's part of software development. Getting environments set up, and especially like when you're dealing with like mobile development. I remember like back in the days when I had like trying to learn like Android Studios and mobile development natively. It was super slow because the amount of resources that you would need to run the emulators, it would take forever. So it's even when you're trying to do automation and you're using emulators, it's gonna be tricky, to be honest with you. Let's see. Mm, Trying to. And like it has to build the whole app and everything like that. So that's what's going on over here, taking its sweet time. But let's see. Take some time for the app to build. So that's we go with. It's gonna undock it. We have a better view.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right, we're at time, but let's see if we can get this loaded on the emulator, because it would be good to see what's going on. I just want to see if our alert works, and then if the alert does work, then we can think about cleaning it up afterwards. But if we were to enter this very large number, what is going to happen? That's what I mean by the slowness of it. I'm gonna work on getting the iOS simulator working for our next time we meet up and continue with this. But it's just trying to set it up. Not even sure how long it's gonna take. So I think we're gonna leave it as that for now. It's taking its sweet time to build on the emulator. Like I said, emulator generally runs slower. Building it on the actual phone probably would have been a better option, but it just would take too long. So we'll prepare for that next time. Maybe I'll get it built and see what happens. Maybe take some screenshots. I'm just curious to know if it's going to work. Wait. Something's happening. Let's see. Let's see. I think it's going too slow for us. All right, I'm gonna call it. It's I'm gonna tap out like Nikki Haley. So it's gonna take too long. All right, let's go to full screen. And we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully that you see how we're where we're headed towards and how we see how we're progressing through the different features and stuff that we have going on. We'll probably maybe on Mondays we'll review the backlog, see where we're at. We'll continue to organize and sort our stories. That way you get some exposure to Jira and to Kanban and things like that. Like I said earlier, we have the software explorations, concepts, and overviews coming out at noon today. Definitely want to tune in for that. You don't want to miss out on the risk management. And then tomorrow night we're going to be going live with some more automation work, and I'll figure out the next. If not going live on Friday, we're going to be going live on Sunday, and then the following, and then Monday. All right. So I'm gonna head out. Got a lot of things to do today. It was a super busy day yesterday. It's gonna be a super busy day today and tomorrow as we wrap up our sprint at work. Feel free to reach out to me, leave me a comment, whatever it is, and I will get back to you. On that note, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Wednesday and rest of your week. And we are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree. But Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.